matters, right? Think about that military mindset. It's a lot about logistics, it's a lot about planning, it's a lot about execution of the plan. Is it a good model for emergency management? Yes, no? Pretty close? All right. Think about the law enforcement mindset and mentality. What's your job? Arrest bad guys? So when a police officer walks in the room right now and standing there in the doorway, say a big old state trooper, what does that represent to us? Authority. Control calms the situation usually. Everybody's going to sit up and pay attention. All right, so that's probably a pretty good model, right? But think also about the law enforcement mindset. Everything they do has to be done with an affidavit of accuracy, doesn't it? If I write you a ticket, you can challenge it. If I arrest you and put you in jail, somebody's going to judge my actions and the actions that I took upon you. My sheer presence is the first step on the continuum of force. And we're just going to keep going after that, right? So think about that mindset of the law enforcement model. Is the law enforcement mentality a good model for emergency management? I think it is. I think people need calmness. People need to be able to know that a situation is going to be controlled, and I think that's what that model brings to us. Is it the best model? Situational. I think it's situational as well. All right, so now we get to my favorite model, and it's the fire-based model. So what do we know about the first day of the fire academy? Everything is in a group, right? We don't rely on ourselves as individuals. We rely on the team and on the partner. If you're 4 people on an engine company and you are lucky enough to be the person on the nozzle, who's the next most important person in your world? That's right behind you. Or the one operating the pump. Way outside, 150 to 200 feet away from you with no communications. You've got to know what they're doing. And in the fire-based world, you start building those connections and getting to know those people and working together. I think those are the 3 models that we have today for emergency management across the nation. I think there's a 4th that's coming out. I think it will be the one of the professional emergency manager. Not that we're unprofessional today, but we all had either a military or a law enforcement or a firefighting background that kind of got us around here. That 4th model is going to be those that got straight out of high school, went straight into college, got a degree in emergency management, and are working their way up through the chain. I think they will know more about the professional aspects of emergency management than all of us will. I really do. We let the local issues come to resolvement at the local level, they never get bigger. They solve themselves right there. There's not one of you in this room that wants to go out and make a bad decision. There's not one of you in this room that's going to make a decision outside of your level of competence without looking for somebody else's advice. And we just got to be smart enough to realize that. That you're going to make good decisions for your communities, which in turn makes us all better off.